What's up, everybody? I'm Damon Hatfield here with my good friend Jared Petty.
Glad to be here.
And we're going to take a look at some very bizarre international Godzilla posters that have appeared over the years. Now, Jared, when you have a Godzilla movie coming out, you don't really need to do much on the poster. You just put Godzilla on it. Maybe you show some buildings on fire, some people running away from Godzilla, and I think you kind of got it.
Yeah, you're sold there. Exactly.
That's why I put this up here, Godzilla 1985. This is a pretty good example of a Godzilla poster that works.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's your favorite fire-breathing monster. Like
Yes.
You've never seen it before. The message is clear. But yeah, big, giant, raw city. That's it.
But you know, a lot over the years, many different countries have way overthought what to do with their posters. Case in point, Jared, when Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla was released in Poland,
Okay, fine motion picture.
they thought this was the way to advertise it.
Is that real? Is that real?
Now, at least they got the outline of Mechagodzilla there in the background.
Who is apparently shooting this person in the butt with lightning.
Yeah, and he's got laser eye lightning, and something's blowing out of his nostrils, which I'm not sure he actually does.
Ascot?
And then these guys look. Did you ever watch The Electric Company?
I did.
These guys look like they're like animations from The Electric Company. This is what I'm talking about. Like,
that's not real.
Mechagodzilla is awesome. All you have to do is show Godzilla and Mechagodzilla.
Exactly.
What is this?
It's so wonderful.
All right, how about this? Godzilla versus the sea monster. Now,
Okay.
the sea monster is Ibira. It's basically a giant shrimp.
Yeah, right.
That Godzilla fights in that film. Now here, I think this is, So in Germany, they repeatedly call Godzilla Frankenstein.
Why do they call
Right?
Godzilla Frankenstein?
Germany's just like,
Okay, and also, who is this woman he's chasing? And
I know.
why is he 10 feet tall?
Godzilla in this. So, no representation for the sea monster here.
Yeah,
it's just
no
Godzilla
scale.
or Frankenstein, and he's apparently only 10 feet tall.
Right.
And he's he's like stalking this woman. Is he
Yeah.
a sexual predator in this
It's-
movie? Like, jeez.
It does seem more like a Silence of the Lambs poster than anything.
I have actually 3 posters for Godzilla versus the sea monster.
All right.
This is another one from Poland. I don't know why
Wow.
Godzilla is swallowing an 18th century
sailing
schooner.
ship.
Like,
Yeah. I do like that. I got to be honest with this one. If this were a T-shirt, I would wear it. And if this were an album cover, I would buy the
Oh
album.
yeah, I mean this would be probably the most epic prog rock album of all time, probably. At least they have Ibira's name up there in the title.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Godzilla versus the sea monster.
And I
Godzilla
kind of like
is just
Ibira. He's a
eating.
big old, just big shrimp.
And then one more for Godzilla versus the sea monster. This is really good. So Italy, this is from Italy. This is what Godzilla versus sea monster. They called it Return of Godzilla, and that is obviously not Godzilla.
No, that's not Godzilla, nor is that Ibira, the giant shrimp.
Nope.
That is King Kong holding a train.
Neither Godzilla nor the sea monster are on their poster. They used King Kong.
King Kong is not in that movie.
Nope, not in Godzilla versus the sea monster.
No.
You know what? For what it's worth, that woman is not in this movie either.
That's true. Wow. I just now noticing her down there in the corner. What in the world?
There's never been a woman that's scantily clad in a Godzilla movie.
Well, that's amazing.
These are kids films. All right, moving on. Godzilla versus Mothra. Now, here in the U.S., we've committed a few sins ourselves. We call this Godzilla versus the Thing, and I think this is pretty false advertising because the Thing is Mothra.
Okay.
It does not have tentacles.
No, it does. It does not have tentacles. Also, what are censored? Behind this panel is the thing. What
is the Thing? You mean
is it
Mothra? It's just a
genitalia?
giant. It's just
Like,
a giant moth.
Am I supposed to imagine that there's like some space genital behind there
they're
or
way-
something? Or
They're way overselling the horror aspect.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
relatively tame. As far as Godzilla monsters go, Mothra's like the most tame.
it's like pistols and stamens, man. I don't
Yeah.
know what to do with that. I do like the military guys on the bottom who look like they're kind of on a box for 50s plastic action figures.
Yeah, exactly.
And also Godzilla there, kind of a loose interpretation of him in general. Wow.
Yeah, is he blue there?
Yeah,
Blue.
and he's kind of leaning back. He sort of looks like he's doing like curls.
Now, the Japanese poster for Godzilla vs. Mothra is pretty bizarre, and usually the Godzilla posters are great, but for this movie, Godzilla vs. Mothra, Japan went with.
Okay,
Yep.
that's
So Godzilla's in space.
It looks like a highlights magazine.
Like, I don't know what planet that is.
I
That's
think
not
it's the
planet
moon.
Earth.
Is he gonna eat the moon?
Who is this little cartoon guy?
Why is Godzilla in space eating the moon? Why is
Godzilla against Mothra, everybody. All right. Gigan
Sorry.
is one of the coolest looking Godzilla villains. He's got a
Yeah.
giant buzzsaw on his chest.
Absolutely.
He's got hooks for hands.
Totally, yeah.
Poland decided to go with this for Godzilla versus Gigan. Yep.
Wow.
So
Polish movie posters are. You're right about the prog rock thing. I mean, this is a King Crimson album right here. It's just fantastic.
So no Gigan. We get Godzilla eating pizza, and then there's this beetle thing riding on his tail.
Dancing animal on Godzilla's butt there. That's. I
just
think
put Gigan on the poster.
He's kind of got the Atari 2600 cartridge thing going on the top right there with like the whole gradient coming out of his mouth. Wow.
All right, so the next one's for Son of Godzilla. I forget which country this is. I'll be reminded when I see it.
Okay.
Poland again.
Okay. Wow.
Son of Godzilla. How horrifying is that?
Poland, get your act together. That looks like that legit looks like a cover from like the 50s for Dune. Like that looks like it ought to be a sci-fi novel cover from the 50s. That is. Why are there bubbles coming? I mean, there is the
drunk?
bubbles. That actually is almost kind of because he has a little smoke things out of his
smoke
mouth.
rings.
But. Yeah, okay.
But
that'd be like drawing Gandalf as if Gandalf were like a mutant goblin baby and then he had bubbles coming out of his mouth.
That is a horrifying rendition of Baby Godzilla, who's usually pretty cute.
Yeah.
Now, Monster Zero, King Ghidorah, is maybe the most beloved of Godzilla's nemesis.
His rogues gallery, absolutely.
He's awesome. He's a giant three-headed dragon that flies and shoots lightning out of his mouth.
Yeah.
So for Godzilla versus Monster Zero, you should really probably put Monster Zero front and center on your poster.
A giant three-headed dragon from space.
Yeah. But instead, again, Poland decided to give us this Rorschach test.
Okay, what I see are two angry cartoon eyes and a nose with like big samurai hair. I feel like
it looks like Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, maybe like a really artsy cover for Yojimbo. Like if they're a Yojimbo anime.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, I do not know what I'm seeing here. Wow. Monster Zero, the three-headed lightning-breathing golden dragon.
This is Godzilla versus Monster Zero. Next is Godzilla versus Megalon.
Man.
Wait a minute.
That's this one. This is the worst.
Oh no, that one's. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. Okay. I skipped over Godzilla versus Megalon. Now we're in obviously Godzilla versus King Kong. Yeah, I think this one is from France.
All of them, this is the worst. This one looks like
this is the worst one. You think?
I think so. This looks like something somebody drew in chalk on a sidewalk. No, this is like those Velvet Elvis paintings, like that you used to be able to buy on the side of the road, painted on the black velvet. Like this is what you would get if you went to buy one of those. It was King Kong versus Godzilla. This is the worst one.
This looks like Rampage the video game to me.
Oh wow, totally. Yeah, especially if it were like the bad like C64 version.
I have another Godzilla versus King Kong. I think this one is from Italy again.
Okay.
And this one they just called The Triumph of King Kong. They ignored Godzilla entirely.
Godzilla is not in this movie. Also, I do like this one guy. Like, I'm not sure what's happening to him in the bottom left.
The lower left.
But
he's being crushed to death.
He's dying horribly. That man is dying right there. But yeah, no Godzilla in the King Kong versus Godzilla here. That's a little weird.
I think in Italy they don't like Godzilla. They only like King Kong. We're going to see more evidence of this.
Really?
Because here's Destroy All Monsters in Italy. Now, as you can see from the 4 photos, there are a lot of monsters in this movie, but King Kong is not one of them.
Even though King Kong is the name, prominently placed at the bottom of the poster.
King Kong is not in this movie. Italy. Get over it. These are Godzilla movies, not King Kong movies.
Poland, Italy, get your crap together, man. All right, that's just...
This is again.
All this one needs is Jesus riding the raptor.
This is Destroy All Monsters.
It just needs that raptor Jesus and it'd be perfect.
King Kong is not in this movie, ladies and gentlemen. And Godzilla's never picked up a woman and eaten her.
No, I feel like he and Malcolm ought to be somewhere in this picture too.
Yeah.
Oh, David, these are great. Oh my gosh.
Anyway, that's a look at some of the more bizarre Godzilla posters that have been used to advertise the films over the years.
In other news, don't go to Poland.
Well,
because weird things go on.
I'm sure it's very nice there.
Don't go to the movies in Poland.
They take a lot of artistic liberties with their movie posters, apparently.
Wow, that's incredible.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this quick little video. For more on all things Godzilla, stay tuned to IGN.